Hi there, Vince here. Today I'm going to show you which is better to use, WordPress.com or Blogger.com. Now in here, as you can see, we are inside my WordPress.com account. All right. So inside your WordPress.com account, of course, you can use, you can actually install multiple blogs or multiple WordPress blog. Now, I just want to emphasize that as long as you are hosting it in WordPress.com, or if you have created your account in WordPress.com, you will always have the end which has its name WordPress.com, unless you bought a your own domain and just pointed it here, and it would mean that WordPress.com is hosting it for you while you are using your own domain. However, I also must emphasize that while doing this, while allowing or having your WordPress account being hosted by WordPress.com, you have to abide by its uh, let's say the terms and conditions. And the same thing with Blogger. If you have a Blogger account, so this is what it looks like in your Blogger account inside one of your website or blogs that you installed or you created. So this is how it looks like. And the same thing. So you can point your personal domain if you want to buy your own domain, and you want to install one, and or I mean, you want to point your domain here in your blog account, you can do that actually. But and what's the main advantage if you will do that? Actually, the main advantage is that your website will be forced to uh, uh, abide by its terms and condition, and you have to abide by how big are your images, so as uh, the things, no, the things like the images, you have to abide by the rules that the Blogger uh, has for its users. So you have to maintain a small sized images, and for that, uh, actually, because your website or your, let's say, your blog is being hosted by Blogger itself, it is fast. It's lightning fast because it's Google who is hosting it. And the same thing with uh, with your website if you are hosting in WordPress.com. The only problem is that when you are hosting it here, so you have to abide by its terms and conditions, and the monetization is very limited. So that's the main disadvantage of hosting your websites here. But if it's about how lightning fast it should be, then this is the best places to have or create your own WordPress or blogger sites. No, so for this is what you see inside, and as you can see, I am in my LCM center. This is an old blog of mine. As you can see, the last time that I've updated this is still April 2008. It was a long time ago, but still live. And if you want to customize this, you have to just go to customize, and then, or if I want to change the theme, then I'll just go to the theme. So this is what you will see inside. Okay, and then if you go to the tools, of course, you can check the plugins, but again, this is a free account, so the plugins that I can install here is very limited as well. Maybe it will be a different picture if I'm going to use a paid one. Okay, so if I have a paid one, if I upgraded this into a business plan, then I will be able to install better plugins with that. All right, so hosting configuration, then WP admin. Let's check. So this is basically what's inside there. Okay, this is my uh, admin. If you are hosting your WordPress in another I mean in another hosting account, if you got it the platform from WordPress.org, this is actually what you are going to see inside. your WordPress. Okay, so basically it's still WordPress, all right, and but this is your what's inside WordPress.com. Okay, now in Blogger, as you can see, this is just one of my blogs here, and I have several blogs inside it, so that's fine. And then as you can see, I have some posts here about my trooper. So this is what you can see inside. Versus, well, don't get me wrong, all right? I love WordPress. I love WordPress. But one of the first web platforms that I have learned to use is the blogger.com. So that's why along the passage of time, uh, I have uh, I have Blogger is definitely one of my favorites. It's harder to customize in a way because, for example, in the theme, you have a very limited themes here in comparison to WordPress, and the customization is quite different. Okay, so you can customize that. Let's go back to the theme. You can customize that using by clicking that button, and but as you can see, it still can customize the width, the layout. Okay, but it still has a very limited function. Okay, so that's the problem with that. And you can also edit the HTML. Okay, how do you edit that? Clicking this three button. Okay, so you can edit the HTML. Now, one thing that is good with Blogger.com is easy to integrate the WordPress, the AdSense program of Google. Okay, so if your blog is already qualified to do it, or is eligible to have it, or to be a part of it, then it will display here that your blog is qualified for AdSense. So you just have to integrate it. So that's it. But since Google right now has been very strict with the Google AdSense and how you use it, so unfortunately this is a very new blog, so it's not qualified yet. All right. So as when it comes to the posting, if I'm going to post something, all I have to do is to click here. All right, and then this is my platform. Okay, I can put here the title, and then the label is equivalent to categories in WordPress. Okay, and then basically when I add what's this an image, I can upload it here, or you know I have several options here to upload or maybe add a YouTube, etc. Right, so basically this is it. No, there's no fancy uh, SEO integration, okay, with Blogger. But again, Blogger is owned by Google. If you submit it using some other tools like Google, there are tools in Google where you can submit the sitemap of this blog of yours. So it will be easier, and search engine, especially Google, will still read this. All right, even if you don't have much more options for search engine. Unlike in WordPress, going back here, uh, if you have a business plan, you can actually customize it all the more. So let's go. Let's go, and I want to show you what's inside the post. Okay, so if you have a post here, you want to add something, you can click Add New. Okay, so this is your this will be your platform. Okay, you put the title, you put the content here, and this is actually additional options, and not too many options also when it comes to SEO. Uh, but when you have, let's say, an SEO like this one, Yoast SEO, if you have a business plan and you are able to install Yoast SEO, it should appear here where you can customize the SEO options. And then you can also, this is the categories, equivalent is label under the, when you go to Blogger, and then also you can have tags here. All right, so basically, I love WordPress. Yes, I also love Blogger.com. So it depends on your preferences. Personally, I Blogger has more options for monetization in comparison to WordPress, unless that you upgraded your WordPress into a business account. So it's up to you. It's up to you. And I hope that this short video about Blogger versus uh, WordPress.com will give you a better insight on what platform you want to use. So, again, just a little bit summary here, so that we won't be sporadic. WordPress.com is a good platform, all right, but it has fewer options for monetization if you will abide by its terms and conditions. On the other hand, Blogger.com is has more options, or allow more options for monetization. However, it's harder to use in a way. You have to know some HTML codes at the background to sometimes to in order to format your post. Okay, but basically, uh, they Blogger.com is also powerful as WordPress.com. Okay, so perhaps some of you will ask, so why do I need to use Blogger.com or WordPress.com? It's easy. If you are just still practicing, but you don't want that your effort will be put to waste, then you need to use this. You need to practice here before installing your own or hosting your own website. In that way, all your efforts are intact, and you can reuse it if you want to. And perhaps also it can also be a platform in when you build some links later. If this platform, I mean, if this blog of yours will gain some followings and authority over the search engine, so it can also contribute some of link juices to your new website. Okay, so I hope that that gives you some of the insights, and you can use this. You can either use Blogger or WordPress.com depending on your purpose. All right, so see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is Vince Soler, your WP Medic.